once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was a Billy of Tea. The winds blew up her bow, dipped down below, my Billy boys blow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Before the boat had hit the water, the whale's tail came up and caught her. Hand to the side, harped and fought her when she dived down low. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
We are live. What is up, Bancroft? How are you?
Good. Feeling pumped.
That song does pump me up.
That was a great song. It's much better when it's not echoing in my ear from multiple browsers. No, you just caught me in a strange place. I had a great show today. We had 150 people in here. The chat was going crazy. But at the same time, I'm dealing with things in the background, printer issues, and it's like it's never ending. It's never ending. I mean, I don't want to say I've been the unluckiest in all of CG with printer issues, but I've got to be up there.
Top 3.
Got to be up there. This 12-page preview book I've now printed 3 times with 3 different printers. Issues on every single one.
Was this the Jeffries? Did they mess it up too?
Jeffries did their best to deliver them, but so the one you got was from Jeffries.
Yeah,
but 300 or so weren't. I couldn't send them, and I said, "Look, don't worry about it." Damaged, yeah, and it was like what you said. You know, the boxes tumble around the back. The boxes were heavily damaged that they came in. So crazy. Yeah, they. But you know, they've been great about it. So I went with Mixum Australia, who are always great. I love their prints. They're the ones who I got my prints done with. The problem is they're just really expensive. And but I thought, well, you know what? Screw it. I'll pay a little bit extra. And man, they sent them in immaculate condition. Not a single copy out of 250 was damaged, except they were all misprinted.
Oh my gosh!
So, yeah.
How? What did they do?
Well, let me share my screen here so you can see what I'm talking about.
Bancroft, I'm already really pissed off. This is only going to put me over the edge.
So, this will require a 4th printing for these friggin' books.
What a joke, mate. Oh, hang on.
So, can you see? See how her arm is on the right-hand side? Her arm is really yellow.
Yeah.
It should look like how it's got a bit of red in it. On the other side, you see?
Yeah.
So that's across all the interior pages. All the red is just sort of being sucked out of all the prints. And I got a reprint of this book, and I got a reprint of the unedited edition. And yeah, they're both the same. And I sent them messages and everything, and they don't seem to be in much of a hurry to fix it. Well, I'm in a hurry to get these books out, so
it's crazy.
It's a weird, I'm in a weird like up and down mood at the moment.
It's like you have to add a month onto every part of making a comic just because of potential fuck ups that happen. In your case, maybe an extra 3 months just on printing alone. Joke. Let's say hi to chat. And then we'll get into it. B Rose is in the house. Obligatory F Kickstarter comment. Calling it now. Rob is going to be on such fire. He's going to say a whole 7 words. Micah, you go and you watch that Ethan stream I was on. I put money. I'll put $10. I said more than 50 words on that stream. 50.
50 ain't that much.
Well, he says 7, so I mean it's a lot more than 7.
It's called is it hyperbole or hyperbole? I don't know how it's pronounced, but it's a bit of artistic exaggeration. The point being, even Ethan, when asked about you, said Rob Arnold he's a quiet guy. He's an Australian. He's the artist for Replicator. He's a great artist. He said.
Did he? When was this? When did I miss this?
I don't know. It was some day when someone was talking about you.
He said I have great facial expressions. I heard that.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Jason Black, I second the F Kickstarter comment. I was great sage. All aboard the F Kickstarter train. Mo Biggers in here. I was surprised by. I was about as surprised as this as I would be the news that Tom Kidd made another superhero into a self-insert book dealing with his failing marriage. And I'm struggling to read today. It's gonna be a tough one.
I'll enjoy that.
Ray Rahu, he's your dude, isn't he?
Yep, Ray's been with me for a long time.
Replicator says Bancroft is a great talker behind the scenes.
You're reading your own comments?
Yeah, I can't read them.
Here's what's going on.
I can't read them very well.
Rob complains when I don't come in and hang out with him backstage before the show. Like his imagining will be, I don't know, it'll be backstage before a gig. We're musicians or something, and we'll be getting in the mood and everything. I'm working. I have to work for a living, Rob. I got to do things. So
it's like trying to pull teeth talking to you.
It is, and then and then he complains that I don't come, and then I'm like, well, I'm not going to be chatting. So,
Devilfish, about time. Dave Brinks in the house. Tungsten, dude, what's happening with those blades, man? Why haven't you told us how much they cost, and why isn't John putting them on the campaign? Viper, D-Wag said he's not got things to do and probably won't be back around until after everyone is being mean. Okay, John, what's up? Noran Rad, Leridit Silver member. Scrolling down. Jeremy Burst is in the house. B Rose, Shane, Mel B. Your husband is a fantastic talker, Mel B. Jeremy Burtz, Beampad, good to see back. Scrolling down. Sheev McQueen is better than last week. That's an improvement. Scrolling. GK1's in the house. Noran Rad Turbo. Antoine Dennison. He's been doing some fire artwork, Bancroft. I'll have to show you.
Because he drew you.
He's drawn me twice now. How does that make you feel?
He drew. Hang on. Hold on a sec.
Do not coom.
I pressed the wrong button. One sec.
Do not coom. Arthur Line. Is that how I pronounce it? We're going to go with that. I think that's everyone. If I missed anyone, apologies. We're going to wait for Bancroft to do something. I don't know what it is. And I'm going to bring up what Antoine has drawn for me.
No, No. I'll show this first. Do you remember this?
No.
This is all of us. And I think this means Bancroft Bogans.
Which one am I?
You're not on it. Why would you be on it? This is my old show. So there's me out in front looking like Steve O, and there's Joe. Look at these caricatures. These are beautiful. There's Blue, Poland, and Bandito with all his cats. And Blue has a monkey on his head. Oh no, Joe. This goes pride of place up on my shelf. It's always there. I'll put it here for the moment so I don't.
I don't know what the deal is, Bancroft, but it's really pissing me off with Twitter. When I go into DMs on my phone or my PC, the images don't show. It's really, really annoying.
It's the same with me. It's been like that for about a month on Twitter.
So I can't see it. I don't know, Antoine, if you want to send him to Bancroft, he might be able to bring him up, but I'm just looking at blank screens right now, which is frustrating. What else is happening in chat? Rob asked Bancroft to draw him like one of his French girls. Why not?
I drew Mel once, but not like that. Not like
Whoa,
60
hey.
times. I made her into a cartoon character. And I put her in I was in university at the time. I put her in an animation that I was doing.
This really pissed me off today. I'm not normally one who jumps on the F this person in particular train. I usually leave it to people who are better at it, like Ethan or Shane or any of those people who can, put together a sentence.
I did a good show today about this.
Much better than I can. This really pissed me off, though. Like, I woke up to Twitter this morning, like, oh, who is this chick blocked everyone else? I'm like, I don't know. Who gives a fuck? Who is she? Like, I didn't know who she was. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm blocked. And then I found out later that she's the Kickstarter new hire. And I'm just like, what the fuck? She's blocked everyone. What bullshit is that, Bancroft?
Oh, it's par for the course for these people. It's just, yeah, well, I mean, granted, let's point out, it's her personal Twitter. But we know that she was involved in the mob that went after Frank Miller. We've gotten a bit of the cut of her jib from her website. Yeah, I mean, I'm not upset about it. It doesn't bother me what some weird dressing, red pink lipstick wearing, heart glass wearing woman does on the internet. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. But she's now publicly representing Kickstarter as a consultant for comic books. To go around just blanket blocking a whole bunch of people, it's not a great look. She's not off to a good start. I'll give her that.
I was totally in agreement with you, right? She can block whoever she wants until she starts working for Kickstarter. She can't just go around blocking people for no reason. And especially, like, I understand you want to block Ethan. That makes sense, right? He's very outspoken. He's probably not what you want to attract. But me, the fans, you, like, come on, man. What have the fans done to this lady? It's not like this comes off the back of her being attacked by people in Comicsgate, right? There's been none of that as far as I'm aware. And it's just like, nah, we're going to preemptively block people because why not? It's fucking bullshit. Angry.
I don't have the necessary emotions to get angry like you, Rob.
Oh mate, it's just frustrating. Mo says I'll block Rob if I had a Twitter account.
I believe it. Yeah, that's the funny thing. I actually believe it. But yeah, we checked out her Wash Day web comic. Sorry. Did she really block Billy Tucci?
This really pissed me off, right? Billy Tucci.
Now that is
one of the nicest guys in comics. He's making hundreds of thousands of dollars on their platform
for Kickstarter.
No,
they make hundreds of thousands of dollars for Kickstarter, but he makes pretty good money for Kickstarter. I mean,
on the platform, he makes that much.
He's essentially a client of theirs.
I want to look and see how much Billy Tucci has made on Kickstarter for,
hundreds of thousands. That's that. She blocks us, whatever. We don't use Kickstarter anyway, but she blocks Billy Tucci, one of the biggest comic book producers on the site, and she's the comic book consultant for Kickstarter. And, I can't imagine Billy would have ever said anything bad about her.
Billy Tucci with a project right now that has $85,000 on Kickstarter and is also a project we love has been blocked by her. I just like it. It blows my mind. Where is Billy's thingo that I can click on to see his actual thing? What do you guys in chat think? Like, is just me? Rob has you.
You're the
Matt,
only
you're
one I've come
the one who
across
blocked
who's
me
like
first, mate.
angry. You're the only
I'd
one who's been angry that I can see. But that's just part of that's who you are. You're quick to anger. It's your Neanderthal blood, I think.
Where is this it here? 5 created. Let's have a look at this. So
yeah.
84,000.
If I just got a new job at a company to consult and presumably assist if she's taking over Camilla Zong's role, which I don't know if she is, but I wouldn't be going around on social media blocking one of the biggest crowdfunders on that site. That is, yeah, that's pretty poor form.
I'm just writing down how much Billy's made on Kickstarter.
Anyone who's works for any kind of normal company knows that you don't go onto social media slamming the marketplace, the audience, especially people who are involved in what you're doing. That just doesn't happen in normal business, but in comic books, that's just a Thursday.
So he's made roughly $250,000 for Kickstarter, and what's their fees? What 5%? 7%. Yeah, something you could do the maths. It's not a small amount of money.
So you want me to do the maths? How much was it? 250,000.
Yeah, roughly. So this is one of
$17,500
in fees.
That pays her wage. Yeah, this looks like the art that's on her website, like her avatar thing. So but she didn't draw this; she just wrote it.
Yeah, but is that any better?
Like I said, man, these guys, they make comic books, but they're not in what we recognize as the comic book industry. It's just not the same thing. I don't know what this is. I don't even think this would have readers, It's about supporting her and her message and, being published. Like something like this. If you were to make something like this has got to be one of the easiest, quickest way of becoming a quote unquote published writer. Doing something like this, you could, if you were a professional, you could probably whip this out in 2 weeks. And I mean the whole thing, the drawing, the coloring, the writing, everything. And then you get this cred as a comic book creator. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is a tight-knit group of people out there who are into this sort of thing. Who knows?
All right, let me read this. Wobbly 3000 reminds us.
Wobbledy 3000. I guess it's twerking
ain't easy. The story takes place on Earth 3000 and follows Latoya and her best friends Alma and Iona as they head to the club. Latoya plans to twerk the night away with other humans, androids, and aliens, but soon realizes that she's in over her head. I can't wait to twerk the entire night away. My job got me so stressed. Oh, really, Latoya? You're going to twerk the entire night away?
Question. Is this dialogue better or worse than the Lucent dialogue?
It's better. It's better.
Okay, good. All right. Just wanted to make sure where I stand.
Yes, I'm not going to play myself like last time. I got a membership at Galaxy Fitness and all that. Since when? Since last month. Why I ain't ever seen you there? Am I under investigation? I'm fixing to go next week. Oh my gosh, Bancroft. Does the chat want more of this? Does anyone want more of this?
An awkward Australian man reading out black queer slice of life comics. I don't know. John says no.
Toya, the cutie with the grills, is checking you out. Hey. Oh,
Are they at the club?
I don't
You
know.
wouldn't know, would you? Is that like a special? See how there's like, see how she's got things on the side of the butt? I think that's intended to show it's wobbling.
Is that the twerking?
Yeah.
What's this face? So this person, right, is the Kickstarter comic consultant now.
And she's out there blocking Billy Tucci, creator of She.
Ray says, guys, be supportive. Rob needs practice reading. I really do. I want Rob to reenact the whole comic. That would be hilarious.
Would it?
I don't know. I mean, I thought Comicsgate, We Ain't That Bad was good, but you're telling me that was the worst thing ever. So that face looks better than Robocopter. Is this Medusa? She does have Medusa-like hair. Well, I'm glad I got that on my system because that really annoyed me. And it annoyed me about Billy Tucci because nice guy, makes money for them on the platform, has never done anything wrong to anyone, and he's blocked. Antoine says, this product would sit on any gay 20-something's living room bookshelf unread.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Unread. I don't think anyone's actually reading these things. They're just to create so that you can call yourself a creator, so that you can be in the scene, so you can have the clout and the pull. You can call yourself an award-winning or critically acclaimed or blah, 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 and then get into these jobs. I don't see what kind of person is reading this stuff. Even the stuff that I'm not a fan of on Webtoon. I can totally understand that there's an audience for that stuff. You know, these romance kind of Webtoon things. I can totally get it. This, I just don't see people reading a book about washing your hair.
Like, dude,
it's a statement.
We pour everything into our comics, right? We try and make the best possible comics we can, whether they all get there or not. I can't imagine anyone looks at this and think this is the best they could possibly do.
Speaking of, Ryan asked, Bancroft, for those misprints in the final Lucent book? No, they were reprints. Essentially, what happened is I ended up with about 700 and something. These are the 12-page preview books. Ended up with about 700 and something because 300 were 293 were damaged. So I had reprints done, and I thought I'd be clever and get them done from another company that I've been able to trust now for a year and a half. And so now I've got another headache to deal with. So yeah, none of them have gone out. It's just frustrating because now we're stopped putting books out for fulfillment. So I've got to put out an update to let everyone know that there'll be a slight delay as we figure this out. And frustrations abound. It is a high damage rate, Stephen. I've had, so far in printing these 12-page previews, I've had 100% damaged, 30% damaged, and now, well, pretty much they'll have a printing error. So yeah,
Antoine, I think, said it better than what I can on your stream today. He said if he was a new hire or something along those lines, he would be trying to build bridges between as many comic creators as possible. And, that's the opportunity that she had. And she's just gone, F this, block. That just shits me to tears.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what she's in it for. She's not in it to do that. She's in it to forward whatever agenda she has. which is she wants people like her who look like her and think like her, importantly, to be able to just produce and make a living off whatever weird idea they have through the medium of comics.
I don't even know what to say. Like that, it's when did it all change? It
We asked
people-
that question. I think it was around somewhere between 2010 and 2015.
I can't believe how recently it was. I thought it must have been started, like, it must have crept in slowly, here and there. But people are saying like it's in the last 10 plus years that it's happened. And how do these people have so much power? It makes no sense to me.
This is a thing of beauty, Antoine.
That's fantastic.
There is so much life and energy and movement in this that doesn't exist in the real deal. You've really given Rob a whole new lease on life in this.
I look a lot like a leprechaun in that one.
You look a bit like a sailor, like South Park's Russell Crowe caricature, how he goes fighting around the world, and that fits you, I think. But look at those eyelashes. It makes you, it does make you look a bit like a, it's one of the seven dwarfs.
Do you have his other one that he sent too? That's fantastic. He did a really good job of that.
Let's have a look.
Very flattering eyelashes.
No, I don't have that, but I have this. I have, I keep pressing the wrong thing. I have this. This is what we found in our bin. This is what Mel found. I was working and I hear this weird sound from outside, and it's Mel, and she's going, oh, oh. What is going on out there? And then she calls me to come, and she's like, there's a giant spider in the bin. So I had to, this is one of the quick pack mailers that we messed up. And this little fella, I had to, it's actually a girl. You can tell by the shape of the abdomen.
That's one you could pick up with your hand.
She's girthy. Like, she had a bit of weight on her. She didn't want to leave either. I think she's about ready to mate or give birth to her eggs. It's not that big, Stephen. It really isn't. It's like, I mean, she would fit in your hand easily. So, but she has a bit of weight to her. But yeah, Mel does not like these things. But this is what everyone goes on about Australia. Ooh, scary. They don't even bite. Or if they do, it's not poisonous. I've never actually heard of anyone being bitten by a huntsman. And brave people will just, pick these things up by the abdomen and just throw them away.
We have some real dangerous stuff over here, though. The spider's going to come. Everything in Oz is poisonous. They're impossible to get out of your house. You don't want to get them out of your house. Yeah, they kill all the mosquitoes and the flies. So they're fantastic. You got to keep them around.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. That one's great.
Fantastic.
That's the Rob I know. Wizened, a little bit sad,
beaten down by life.
Beaten down. He's got that 1,000-yard stare.
That's good. It's good. They can sleep on your face to keep it warm.
Mel says a Mortine kills flies too. Yeah, well, we don't need that.
But
we have
Mortine,
natural.
Yeah, you're tasting Mortine then, Mel. Like, it's no good. You can use the bug killer gun I've got. Bancroft, you had something you wanted to talk about. Have you forgotten what it was, or do you still remember?
I've completely forgotten.
It was the subtle difference between one thing and another thing. Do you remember what it is?
I remember saying the subtle difference between, but I don't remember what they are. When did I say this?
Like last week, I'm like, you're like, I've got something to talk about on the show. I'm like, wow, really? For once, that's amazing. And it's like the difference between being late on a campaign or something like that.
Oh, so you actually don't even remember?
No, I don't. It's like your
Oh,
thing.
why'd
You're
you
the one
bring-
who should remember.
Did I say it in a DM or something?
Oh my gosh, mate. This is unbelievable.
Rob, it's not my responsibility. This is your show. I just show up. I do recall something about this, but I don't. You're kidding yourself if I think I'm going to remember what it is.
Crazy.
Anyway, I get like 5 or 6 hours of sleep a night.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's I can't be holding on to random comments I pass along throughout the week.
NTM has been on such a tear lately, just ripping into me all the time. I think someone needs to take him down a peg. He's a creator, Bancroft, so I mean, he's not protected by the chat law.
Yeah, but creators can attack other creators. That's a tried and true Comicsgate tradition.
Yeah, so I'm saying, like, I don't have to be so nice to him anymore.
Oh no, not at all. No, NTM is the creator. It's claws out.
Yeah, Yanks worry about spiders when they have bears. It doesn't make sense. That's like the big difference here. We have lots of stuff that can kill you, but it's not like it's going to eat you and kill you, except for crocodiles. They could do that, I guess.
Do you know what you're supposed to do when a big bear?
Well, it depends on the bear. It depends on the bear, Bancroft.
It does. It does. I think this is a grizzly.
You're meant to feign death.
No.
Yes.
Man. Well, maybe it's not a grizzly. Maybe it's just a big brown bear or something. I don't know. But I saw a video. Now I'm going to... I don't want to describe it. I want to show it. But I won't be able to find it. Damn it. I'll try and find it on YouTube. This is a shambles of a show tonight.
It's gone for half an hour already. It's not too bad. Well, while you're doing that, I can bring up this poll.
Oh, I found it. I've got it.
Okay.
The ads. I'm not going to share it until the ads are over.
That's a relief to know most things in Australia will just kill me, not eat me. Stuff in Oz will kill you, but it won't eat you. We can all rest easier now.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's actually true. Yeah, you won't get eaten. I know Crocs will. Yeah, of course. Crocs will. Crocs and sharks. But sharks aren't really in Australia. They're around Australia. Okay, so let me share this. It's something to do with the way the shoulder blades sit is how you know if it's a grizzly or a brown bear. Is it a brown bear or a black bear? I don't know. I'm not a bear expert. But this is the difference between a saltwater crocodile and a freshwater crocodile as well. A saltwater crocodile, you just die. A grisly, awful death. And a freshwater, you just nudge away. Tell them to nick off. So apparently you're supposed to just stand there calmly and talk to the bear. And that's what this guy does.
Hey, big boy. To your left. Hey, big boy. You guys got a camera out?
Yeah.
Cool.
He looks like he's, been through some fights too. Look, and he stops.
Hey, bear.
Just shit your pants right there.
Is that a grizzly or a brown bear?
Hey,
People in chat know.
That looks like a grizzly to me. I mean, that thing.
It's massive.
Hey, big boy.
But yeah, everyone's saying, why is he just standing there talking to her? And everyone says that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to, in a low voice, just talk to the bear. It lets the bear know that you're a human. Or reminds them that you're a human and you're not food.
Man, I would be shitting my pants.
Yeah, and it says you can kind of like put your hands and like do this a little bit. like wave your hands a little, but
There you go.
yeah, that's
There you
some
go.
like the size of those claws. They're this big, and someone held up a grizzly like paw, and it's this big. I mean, this thing had to just arced up, and then other people were saying, sometimes what they might do is they might stand up on their hind legs right in front of you and roar, but you're just supposed to stand there and keep saying, "Hey there, big bear. Hey
Oh
there,"
my
when it does that,
god,
even when it comes in to lick your face.
dude, it would be so hard not to run. Like your body would be screaming at you to
Mm.
just run. Yeah. Have you seen the bears that stopped migration from Asia to America? I think it was for a long time.
What do you mean?
Apparently, the Bering Strait, right, froze over, and you could walk across.
Is that why it's
But
called bearing?
I don't know actually, probably. But there was a bear that was so devastating, it stopped
Ferocious.
migration for a long time. Let me find it. This thing's horrifying.
Oh, so it's extinct.
Yeah, it's extinct now. See if I can find it.
Passion says I should just blind it with my forehead. Tommy's in the house.
Yeah, here we
Does,
go.
does Bearing still have a channel? Remember Bearing, the Aussie? He
The
was talk
short
about feminism.
Scientists speculate these delayed human migration to North America because they hunted us in the Bering Strait. Look at that thing, Bancroft.
He's a big boy. He would eat you comfortably.
It would eat you and your whole family.
Look at the size of his paws.
They're massive. Look how big that dude is.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, we didn't have anything like that. We did have large mammals in Australia. I don't think they were predators though. Maybe they were. I don't know.
I watch a lot of Insect Wars on YouTube. Do you ever watch Insect Wars?
No.
It's like they'll put they don't put them. They'll just find a fight between like a spider and a grasshopper. And
Oh yeah, I think I've seen something like that.
yeah, that's nuts, man, because there's no kill blows. They just demobilize them or immobilize them and then just eat their stomachs or their backs or their heads, and it's just it's brutal because they're just stuck there.
Yeah, one of the videos I could never get through was a video of a praying mantis fight with a wasp, and the praying mantis won, and then it just started to eat its face from the front.
I know, it's brutal.
And I was like, "Nah, I'm out." Even though it was a wasp, could not. I was like, I can't do it. It's so, and the wasp is kicking, and it's having its face eaten by this vicious thing.
Osgreat says giant centipede for the win. Centipedes freak me out, man. Out of everything, they're the thing that freaks me out the most. Like some of them are poisoned or venomous. I don't know what the actual correct term is. They have armored bodies and have hundreds of legs. Like it's the ultimate killing machine.
Sounds like you need to get over your fears.
I'm not afraid of spiders though. Sorry, Mel. All right. I did a couple of polls on Twitter, so let me know what you guys in chat think, and I'll ask Bancroft because he's here. Let's close that down. Are the majority of new campaigns way too complicated, with too many tiers and too much text? 60% Bancroft say yes.
I voted no.
Did you really? You went against the grain.
I was the first one to vote, so no, it was 100% when I voted. No, I wouldn't say the majority. I'd say some I've seen. I think a lot of people are coming over here from Kickstarter, and they're just bringing their Kickstarter mentality to the Indiegogo page. And that doesn't really translate very well. But I would say the majority that I've seen, pretty good.
I also voted no. Reading isn't difficult. For
Yeah,
you.
Rob starts with a handicap, you know.
Again, Rob with the reading hate. The David Attenborough insect videos are better than those silly bug versus videos. The ants catching and eating a slug documentary is very cool. Is that when they get dirt and pour it on the slug so they can eat it? I've seen that. It's pretty cool.
There's a guy, he's got a really big channel here on YouTube who makes ant farms, but not what you imagine. Like, these are massive, highly complicated, intricate landscapes that he puts in these big fish tanks or aquariums, actually, not really fish tanks. It's enthralling stuff. It's very cinematic. He comments over them just like, I guess, Attenborough sort of thing. It's great watching. You wouldn't imagine, but there's a lot of drama that goes on in those ant colonies.
So what about chat? What do you guys think? Are they too complicated? I mean, I think they are. I looked at a campaign the other day, Bancroft. Someone sent it to me.
Bring them up. Let's
bring
not
it
talk about it. Bring it up. Let's have a look.
All right, I'll bring it
That's
up.
what we do on this channel. And then they contact us later on Twitter saying, I saw you guys checked out my campaign. Even though you didn't have, fantastic things to say about it, thank you nonetheless.
Can I play you this first? Well, I'm going to. Yeah. This is Harry Mack. He's a freestyle rapper, and he is like,
is he as good as me?
He's like the Kenneth Rocafort of freestyle raps, or the Ethan Van Skype. He's like the best of the best.
Diversity collapse because we.
Hi, I'm Emily from the Original. I'm here to show you how to drive better marketing.
Yeah. Fantastic. I had it all set up because I super chatted him to say something about Replicator because I like him a lot.
That's cool.
But I'll find that in a minute.
What a fail.
I will try and bring up that campaign. So you can talk to the chat for a second, Bancroft. You can find out what's going on in their world.
They're all laughing at you. They're all calling you a boomer and a fail. Although Antoine says they place pheromones on dead ants and a living one, and the other ants drug him to the ant graveyard kicking and screaming. Mo is enjoying your failures, though. He likes it.
Oh, I can't find it now. I don't know where it is.
Woodrow is surprised that you're a Harry Mack fan.
Dude, he's sick. He did a rap with Screwface. So like he'll just take you can give him like 3 words and he'll rap them in perfectly. But like he just raps what he sees as well. It's crazy.
Shane O'Sullivan says, if a comic campaign has paragraph upon paragraph describing their project, for one, I will not read it. Visuals with art pages are always better. Yeah. It is funny to see people fall into that trap still to this day. And a lot of people, they kind of design their pages in the way that you do on Kickstarter, without really realizing that it doesn't. I don't think it helps, and also it doesn't translate to mobile well.
It really doesn't.
Most people, no, I don't know most, but at least half the people browse Indiegogo or check out campaigns on Indiegogo on their mobile. So the stock standard big, nice pages with a little bit of text. Maybe some graphics for your headings if you want, some stretch goal stuff, and that's it. Yeah, you don't need We don't like this is the thing about pitching your book. You don't actually really need to talk about what's in it. I'm living proof of that. You need to show people, and that's what people like. That's why people buy comics. It's not necessarily because they want to know the deep lore going all the way back. They want they want to get sucked in with the art, and then if they like the story, once they get it, they'll continue on.
So this is tragedy. One of our friends sent us this. They backed it, but bear in mind this is on PC too. And what's the zoom in? I've got it zoomed into 150. It's because that's how I like to scroll. But this is the layout. So huge amount of text there. Book preview here. Few words from the author. Interior pages.
Hang on. Read out the few words from the author. I want to see what that is.
Hi, my name is Philip Russeret. I am the writer and creator of Tragedy. Tragedy is a gritty, action-packed character study of a young woman who feels trapped in a life she doesn't want. Readers will follow her journey of self-discovery while experiencing tense action scenes that last for pages. I'm proud of this book and the amazing talent attached to it. We have Wilsey Potaro, Ian Churchill, Larry Stroutman, Sean Chen, Adolfo Corono, he's a really good inker, Keith Williams, and more. Ricardo Silva and Sigmund Tor bring the pages to life. I feel strongly that if you back this campaign, you'll not be disappointed. Thanks for taking a look at my book, Tragedy. I hope you enjoy the experience. Plus, you've got all this.
I understand the impulse to do that. It's like you're trying to kind of put the con kind of vibe where you might meet and greet someone onto the page of a crowdfunder. It's a perfectly human impulse to do, but especially up the top there, I mean that real estate is like this first couple of scroll downs. This is it.
Yeah.
This is like people will have probably decided by now whether or not they're going to back your book, and so you really want to be hitting them with the good stuff as quickly as you can. So I don't think that's necessary. And this sort of stuff is, I know not. I was just going to say, like, this is the sort of thing you can do on YouTube or Twitter or whatever. Introduce yourself, not necessarily on your campaign page.
This is prime real estate. This should be your best image. Maybe a little paragraph at the top, like this book is X pages, it's full color, it's blah blah blah, and then you want to kill an image right here. You've got this graphic. You've got a really small image of what the book it looks like. 3D printed, well, not 3D printed, like a 3D model of the book. Then the words. Then you have the interior pages, and I hate this because you can't see them, right?
Yeah, I don't like when people do this either.
You can see the pages, but you can't tell if the art is good or not. And then here it goes into the art. So like, what's the point of these? I don't know. Then you've got the art pages, scrolls down, bit of AAT, a little bit more. Testimonials.
Again, I understand the impulse, but I think more than testimonials, like this is asking a lot of people to read this stuff. You have to really be into the campaign to want to read this. And if you're really into the campaign, you're probably going to back it anyway. So more than like the impulse, I understand. Go for a quote, a pull quote. A nice big, you got these graphics here, a nice big graphic pull quote that says, this is phenomenal. Michael
like this. This is one of the best books I've read in a long time, and the cliffhanger doesn't disappoint either. Rob P. Get rid of all the rest.
Yeah.
I would give this.
Someone had,
5
I think it was
stars.
Aerith had on theirs. It doesn't suck.
Yeah.
Michael Bancroft. I like it.
Is that where I got that from?
Groundbreaking. Shane Davis.
For our international backers, please message Phil on IGG so we can work out what rewards you want and figure out shipping fees. No one's going to do that. I mean, sure,
No.
someone might, but the majority will not. Then it goes
Here's
into
hang on. Let's not jump over that.
Okay.
Let's not jump over that. Well, we're going to do a deep dive here. You are the man with the document. Let's get into it. I feel like there's a sentiment that exists where you are a maybe first time creator, maybe you've just always been indie or whatever. I'm not talking about the quality of your artist or book or whatever, but there's this sentiment that, well, I'm a amateur. I'm doing this. This isn't my full-time job. I'm doing this on the side or whatever. But that doesn't mean the campaign itself can reflect that. Like, you're competing with, this is on Indiegogo. This is competing with Ethan Van Sciver, John Malin, Shane Davis, Graham Nolan, lots of others who have, not only are professionals, they have professional campaigns, and and then you've got all amateur people who weren't professional, like Rob and I, who got campaigns that have done really well, and there's hundreds of us. So anything that you do that isn't as simplified and as easy and as professional as possible is just another reason for that person to swipe back and go on to something else. So you wouldn't expect to go to whatever Amazon.com and then it says down the bottom, hey, for international customers, please email Danny at customer service and he'll give you a good rate. Like, it just wouldn't happen. So that's the sort of how you got to go into that. The backers, especially the ones in Comicsgate, they come to expect a certain level of professionalism, even if you're not necessarily a professional, or if this is your first time doing it or whatever it is. So I would avoid that.
Yeah, agreed. All right, so then there's the tiers, which we've got tiers here, and then more in depth on the tiers. This is a typical Kickstarter thing that people do because you can't put pictures on your tiers on Kickstarter. I don't know if it's needed, and if you wanted to do it anyway, like these are the covers, right? So these should be big and awesome looking, not like a third of this box that you can barely see the cover as it is. But let's go through it because like it gets a bit crazy. So Ricardo Silva, Sigmund Tor, Roy Mercado, Russ Cassidy, Roy Mercado. So that's D. Henry Martinez, Keith Williams, Mike M. Zapata, I think it's Mike. Stephanie Rossette, Peter Palmiotti, M. Zapata again, Chris Mad, Shauna Mad, Geraldo Borges, Ace Continuada. So that's H. We're up to I. We're up to J. J Virgin, K Virgin, L Virgin, M Virgin, N Q R S, B and C, foil, J foil, K foil, L foil, M foil.
I see why you were triggered, Rob. This is triggering your gears, this campaign. And just looking at some of these covers look really good. Some of them don't, to me.
It's
like,
hard to
I
tell.
think you could afford to lose some. But yeah, how many is that all up?
Oh, let's count them. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 27 different options.
Is this Spawn issue 100?
This is
That's
crazy,
too many
man.
covers. That's too many covers.
And
like
I
guess
I don't-
people think.
Sorry, go.
Sorry, I was just gonna. I guess people think, well, I mean, you take it or leave it. If you don't like it, you don't buy it. That's understandable. But then there's also this is psychology behind all this.
Yeah.
And if you present with people with too many options, they choose nothing.
Exactly. Look at Rob's face. LOL. Whoever this is will never make money off this campaign. Rob is triggered because he only knows 5 letters of the alphabet. How? Oh, that's another point, Bancroft. How the hell are they going to print this?
I don't know. I've not printed variants, so I hear there's a
three covers
fee?
isn't too bad. What happens when there's 26 different options and you have to
And
print?
what happens if
one?
you've only sold one? Yeah, of one of them. I don't know.
That's crazy.
I know that if you get a comic printed one off, it's not very cheap.
Decision.
Go on. I'm speaking too much.
Oh, that's all right. So, getting back to the covers, it's actually really hard to tell which ones are the best because of the size and the graphic image it's in. But I'm not trying to rag on this guy. He's funded already. He had a flexible 500 goal. He's already there, so that's fantastic. What if it was me? What I would do is when this campaign's wrapped up, I would choose 3 of your best covers and just do another campaign with those. And which of the 3 best covers, I'm not sure. What do you guys in chat have any suggestions? Which ones do you think are the best? I might even try and zoom in a bit more. I wouldn't do this. It's been done to death.
I do love Bronze Age. Not that one. The there's another one. Down. That style. But
that,
it's what connection does it have to this book? I don't know.
Probably the one I like the most is this one.
There's some good covers in here. There's some really good covers in here. I understand why, he wants to print them all because he's got all this incredible art. But yeah, pick 3 and put the rest at the back.
I like this one. It's really simple and clean and clear. Chris Graves, he's a really good artist. I like that one too. It's a little bit different. I don't know what other one. There's just way too many choices here. It's just crazy. It's crazy. And people in the chat are all excited about some of the artists he had listed, but which ones are theirs? Which ones are the good covers? That's probably good, but the image looks like it's low quality, so I can't really tell how good it is. I don't know. It's just crazy to me.
Jason Black brings up, it's a psychology thing. Where is it? Where was it? I've totally missed it now. Oh, The Paradox of Choice: Why More is Less is a book written by American psychologist Barry Schwartz. I'm much more blunt about it. I call it the Chinese restaurant problem, where you go to these restaurants and the menu is this thick and you just end up getting the special fried rice because it's too much.
Yeah, and mine's much more simple than that. I think you've got a very limited amount of questions that a backer's going to ask, like how many pages is it, how much does it cost, which cover do I want to get. I think when you start going over more than 3 or 4 questions, they're just not going to commit to anything. So this is just too much.
Well, continue. Is there anything down underneath it? Let's do the whole campaign.
Yeah, it goes into add-ons. So black and white print, black and white print, black and white print.
I think for something like that, I don't think it helps having this banner thing. You could put them all in one banner side by side. Or if they're really, a big selling point, make them big. but you've already filled up your whole campaign with so much stuff that, yeah, you're probably, taking it too far anyway. But that's what I mean. They look like some really fantastic art. You probably want to be spruiking that a bit more. This creative team thing, with the headshot and everything.
I don't care about this stuff
Unless you're Todd McFarlane, I don't think anyone really cares.
Yeah, unless you're one of the big guys that have done amazing things in the past, no one cares.
No one's going to read it.
Even like your boy Zach, he never talks about himself, and he's had like a somewhat interesting, journey in this whole thing that people would have been interested in it at one point, maybe still are, but he doesn't put any of this stuff in here. So, and like this is another pet peeve that so many people do, and I just don't get why. Like they put like low resolution images on the campaign, and I think the reason they do it is that they're scared people are going to steal the art. But then when you're looking at it, it just looks shit. I've told multiple people about this, and people still do it. So yeah, like the covers, for example, like you just can't tell the details. Even if you are a big guy, I don't want to see your face on a campaign
It's
page.
not necessary. I really believe in like everything that you see connected to the campaign can be part of it. So just if we scroll down to the photos, they're all higgledy-piggledy. One guy's on a beach in the dark. Another guy looks a bit more professional, headshot. It's not designed, this just feels like it's an add-on thing. It feels like something you might find in a newsletter at an office. This is the team. Look what they're doing. Like I look at this, what we're doing, like we're trying to replace other entertainment, like going to like a movie. You're trying to replace a movie or a book or whatever it may be. You don't, when you're walking past the theater and you see the big sign for the new big movie, there's not, the faces of certain people on the, sort of taking snapshots on it. I just think we should aspire to compete on a professional level, even if we are just, entering the field of crowdfunding and comic books. That's what I feel like.
Yeah, like if this guy ever watches this, like please, like I'm not saying this stuff to hurt your feelings. Like if you made these changes,
Did you
stop
read
laughing.
My pigs.
What did he say?
He said, if you had a projector, this campaign would barely fit on Bancroft's forehead. That's when you know there are too many tears.
I agree with Rob about the
always
high
puts me
res thing. It's focusing on the wrong problem. Yeah, man. It comes back to like this spot here. You want to have the best, most kick-ass art page you have, which is usually a cover. You want to have that thing as crisp and clean and perfect as it can possibly be. You don't want to upload some like 300 like 30 megabyte. What am I talking? What kilobyte? Like a 300 kilobyte file. You want to have like something that's a decent size.
Mm-hmm.
So the quality is good. Yeah, but getting back to that, dude, if you're watching this, please don't take this the wrong way. We're not trying to destroy your campaign. It's just, it could be so much
the
better.
actual book looks pretty decent.
Yeah, and like we don't even talk about that because we're so distracted by the fact it's got 26 different cover options. 26, Bancroft. 26.
I had one cover.
No, you didn't have enough covers. You didn't have enough.
No. I don't think I'll ever put a variant on my main book.
Yeah, you should. You should. Yeah, so I mean, like, yeah, give this. I'll chuck the link in chat. I don't know if this guy's CG. We're just looking at this campaign, guys. So you go have a look yourself. You can have a see if you want to have a look at it. I haven't read the Lucent yet. The Australian Post are gatekeeping worse than Bancroft. With creator bios, I wonder having creator pics within the comic itself in the back or front, good idea or bad idea? I'm going to say bad idea.
I don't think anyone cares.
Yeah.
It's not. Plus, to me, it smacks like that's what. What's her face? Jasmine, what's her name? That Kickstarter woman. Like that's something that she would do, to show off that she's, a proud black magic woman or something, whatever she wrote about herself. Like. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it helps anything. I don't think it convinces anyone. The better thing to do is to get onto YouTube or Twitter or Facebook or where. Get onto social media. Get onto Instagram if you have to, or TikTok. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Adam Lawson does TikTok. Put your face out there that way. Let people get to know you that way. I don't think it's needed in the book.
This is a good question from Dave. Why do people like variant covers so much? What's the appeal? For me, it's personal. I love art and I love getting amazing artists to do covers. Like, because when we're all said and done at the end of this timeline, I can look back and say, like, I had a Dan Frager cover with Shelby and Matt Yaki. I've got a Rob Willis cover. I just love it, man. I love the art, and that's why I do it. It also helps too, like from a creator point of view, you can bundle like 2 covers together, and it might help you make a little bit more money. So there's benefits for it that way as well. Bancroft.
Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with variants. I mean, yeah, I appreciate when there's a really kick-ass art, and I have bought variants because of that reason. But yeah, I don't really feel the same the way that you do, Robert, but especially about creating them. They're cool, but yeah, I think everyone here is pretty much the general consensus is no more than 3. Otherwise, it just starts to weigh down the campaign.
Let me see if I can show chat like an example of what I'm talking about with this resolution thingo, because it does my head in.
Tommy says, I would hate having a Roquefort cover. Hate it. Here's the thing. I mean, having Kenneth Roquefort do a piece of art for the Lucent would be pretty much a dream come true. But then again, would I make it a cover? I don't know. A poster, a print, something. But I don't know. Something about the variant covers, it just feels like a mainstream thing. But I appreciate that some of the coolest art that we've seen in Comicsgate have been variant covers. So, yeah.
To me, variants are like having Brad Pitt on the movie poster and seeing someone else acting in the film when you go to watch it. Someone brought that point up to me. I think it was I Borrow Ideas. How do you guys in chat feel about that? For me, it's not a big deal as long as the art from the interior artist is on the campaign page. What do you think, Bancroft?
Yeah, not real. I mean, I think more than anything, the interior art actually probably sells our books more than the covers do. Unless the cover's really fantastic and that's drawing people in. You had one of them. There have been a lot of other really fantastic covers, but people get to see the interiors now. So that's why I'm not against them like I may have been in the comic book shop or when I was younger and they started doing them and it would annoy me. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's as much of a problem essentially now. I always think of John Wick with these amazing covers, and then you open up and it's just god awful interior art, and you're just, oh, I feel like I've been lied to here.
John Wick.
Yeah, there were these John Wick comics with fantastic covers.
The Berserker
And-
ones.
No. John Wick. Like
Okay.
John Wick comics. Yeah.
Okay.
They're these great covers. Maybe the art in the interior wasn't as bad as I remember, but it wasn't what it looked like on the cover. The covers, if it was drawn on the interiors like it was in the covers, I would have bought them in a heartbeat, being a fan of John Wick that I am. But I was like, no thanks.
Here's a second poll
I agree, Antoine.
Second poll I ran. Do we want digital as an option on our campaigns? Are you surprised by that number?
A little bit. But then again, maybe not. I don't know.
Higher than what you thought it would be? It's higher than what I thought it would be.
It's something that people do talk about a fair amount, and maybe 1 out of 5, 1 out of 6 campaigns that I bring on, or maybe less than that actually, now that I think about it, have a digital option. Certainly a lot of people, internationals, ask for it because they're sick of paying for shipping. Yeah, I mean, no, it doesn't actually, come to think of it, it doesn't really surprise me that much. What I'm surprised by is that it's more people who say yes than no. I thought that might have been flipped, but that's interesting. How many votes did you get? 212. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Why would anyone not want a digital option on a campaign? It's an option. Well, I mean, the argument is that, like, it's a premium product and you want to get it out into people's hands physically. That's what we're selling. So if you put a digital option on that, it may cheapen that a little bit, is one of the arguments. The other one, which I don't really agree with, is that it can be pirated. And I don't think that's much of a concern for myself or Bancroft. I mean, sure, maybe some of the big guys will get their stuff pirated, but I don't really think that's an option.
I feel weird charging for digital. I had my comic available for free to read for 2 years. And now I'm offering the printed version. I'm not worried about piracy at all. Maybe one day, I don't know. I don't really think about it all that much. As long as I'm of the opinion that these Indiegogo campaigns are for, well, these mine are for premium, packages. So maybe I'll change my mind in the future, but maybe I'll change my mind to, once it's been printed and out for a long time, put it back online for free to read. I don't know what I'll do. To get more readers that way, and maybe they'll decide that they want the printed version as well.
There is a massive amount of there is a massive amount of people that read digital. Let's say manga, right? And people that read webtoons and comics. So to not do it at all is a massive gap in the market that none of us are exploiting at all.
Planet Tobor, none of us. I think a few people are.
Who?
What do you mean? They're putting out digital comics, is what I'm saying.
A small amount of people. I make video games, and I disagree with the piracy argument. Yeah, so do I. I don't think it's if your product is good, piracy leads to sales. Scanned book pages look shit. Your stuff has been scanned. Okay. I like digital on occasion when I'm on work travel. This isn't about what you want, Jason Black. Yeah, agreed. If you said digital instead of print, it would be a way different ratio. Do
you send your book as a PDF to all your backers?
I do.
When do you do that?
Usually after I've shipped it. because I don't want people reading it before they get it in their hands. Like I don't want them to have that temptation.
And why do you do that?
I guess it's like an old Kickstarter thing. Because digital on Kickstarter was the way to go back in the day. And people expect digital. I don't know. I just started doing it, and then I can't not do it now. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I've received your books in a PDF, like with a big bundle and everything.
Yeah.
And who was it up here? Someone. It was Ryan. Ryan Blue Thunder said he likes to, occasionally have a digital with him on him when he travels for work. That makes sense. You can't really take all your books with you if you want to have a bunch of stuff to read just on your iPad or something. It's an idea.
I've never even opened the digital file that some campaigns send. Even if I'm really looking forward to the book, I have zero interest in reading it in digital early. Yeah, I mean, there's been some creators, like some really big creators, that have sent me digital copies of their book. And I've read like 10, 15 pages. I'm like, dude, can I just wait till I get the actual print copy? Because I want to enjoy it in print, not digitally. That's just me. Digital is a good option for those times when availability is an issue.
Adams brings up, oh yeah, you're going upwards. Yeah. I read a lot of digital comics. I'm not paying $15 for PDF. See, I'm with you on that. I just don't think it's I view what you're paying for is the thing itself. The whether or not the artists, the artist obviously should get paid by the creator, and then whether or not the creator actually makes any money, that depends on how big their campaign is and how much money they make and how much profit they can make. But the item that you're paying for is the printed thing, and the $15 or whatever PDF, it just feels like you're paying for this file. And I would rather just do what Rob does and give it away for free at the end, if I would do anything.
Yeah, I've talked about this a few times, but I kind of think the way to go is to offer it for free, but have it like an issue behind. So like when Replicator 3 has shipped and has been in people's hands for maybe 3 to 6 months, I put 1 and 2 up digitally free somewhere so people can read it. And then when 4 happens, same scenario, 3 goes up for people to read it. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I haven't really thought about it too much, but obviously I'm in that situation. Like I had 20 something, between 20 and 25,000 people subscribed to the Lucent on 2 different sites, and I'd get every single update I would make at least 3,000 people reading it whenever,
which is insane. Like that's the same amount as my mailing list.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
But I made the decision that I wanted to go into Comicsgate and print them and go down that road. But I never really, even though I did like a special tier that I posted on Webtoon, not many people took it up. Like I don't even know if it was 10 actually went and bought the thing that they that they've already read, but I know that Scurry by Max Smith, he has $100,000 campaigns, and he does exactly that, and his stuff is always up. I mean, you can read it before you buy it. So
I don't know. I think you'd need to be really clear about what you're going to do, though, just so you've got chat are aware of how you want to do it. Because I've got a few questions here, and like Jason saying, no, Rob, we'd want to pay for them. You aren't going to bunch a trade paperback with Replicator. Yeah, when we get to 4, we'll probably put 1 to 4 in trade, I'd say. Let us pay $5 or something for the digital back issues. Digital for the same price.
Well, hang on. Maybe it's, you put up the you say on Webtoons or whatever, right? It's in a vertical format, so it's a very different reading experience. And you put it up, and it's not like it's low res, but it's not super high res. And then you can offer a standard sort of, one that you could read on an iPad in nice crisp high res that people can zoom in and out of if they want, for $5. Maybe that's the way to go.
And it might be insulting to real backers if you're giving them away for free. Yeah, and that's that is a
that's the
serious
number
consideration.
one concern. That's the number one concern with what we're talking about, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if the biggest concern would be this. I think that's a concern. But I'm not convinced that people who read digital also, like, the people who read physical also read digital. I think there's a lot less overlap than you might think. But yeah, I mean, this is all just anecdotal for me. I don't know. I haven't thought about it long enough.
That's the thing. I don't think anyone's got the right answer to this yet, and I haven't heard it, and I don't know what it is. Digital for the same price as physical is a slap in the face, and that's the thing. Like, if you're charging $25 for a 48 pager, and then you're charging $10 for a digital, I mean, a lot of people are going to take that digital option, I reckon. So it's a tough one. I agree. If I pay and someone else gets it for free a month later, I'm pissed. Yeah, it wouldn't be a month later. It'd be like a whole issue and a half behind. But I mean, I hear what you guys are saying. I don't know what the answer is. Bancroft, from the Webtoons crowd, has anyone besides me followed the Lucens journey to print?
Not
That's a good question,
publicly in the chat or anything like that, but there were a couple of people who backed it because I had that secret perk. Some of the I think it's under 10, but obviously what I tried to do over on Webtoons is the same thing that I try to do here, is be really kind of active and present in the chat, because that's the only way you can interact with your readers on Webtoons, is in the comments underneath. I tried to answer every single one of them. I felt like I got to know a lot of the readers pretty well, every week, this guy's always comments first and that sort of stuff. And you get like 100 comments or whatever. That's a lot of people you're interacting with every couple of weeks or every month. But no, I think probably just you're the only one who's really regular. But I may be, people change their avatars and stuff, so maybe they have, and I just haven't put two and two together.
I'll wait an issue and a half then. We're used to waiting. And that's the thing, like Bancroft, there are heaps of platforms over there. And people are always like, if you go to this platform, you might only get 10 backers to come across, right? But if you do it on this platform and this platform and this platform and this platform, like those 10 start adding up, and it quickly gets up to 100. 100 potential backers, Bancroft. Extra on top of that from different sources.
Maybe.
Perth says, I'll go 25 physical, 15 digital, never free. What's up, George? Good to see George here. Good to see.
That's why it's this. I don't know if it's going to take a long time for a kind of consensus to form around this, because specifically because every single person here almost in the chat is in somewhat disagreement with the other person. So creators don't know what to do, really, and people just, the easiest option is to just not do digital. That's the easiest. You just throw your hands up and say, but everyone has a different opinion on it, and no one wants to annoy their backers. Like, that's the last thing you ever want to do. But even when you go, to a forum like this and ask, you're going to get 10 different answers. So I'm confident that eventually a consensus will form, that everyone, I think, will maybe not necessarily be 100% happy with, but everyone can kind of agree with that's probably the best way moving forward. But I think it's going to take some time.
I'm a big believer in trying things, though, right? I think we all need to try things to see if they work. I don't know what my point is, but try things. I'm trying to find that rap because I know chat are just dying to hear.
What about my rap? Should I
What's your
share
rap?
my rap? You didn't see my rap?
Oh yeah.
What do you mean? It's fantastic. I rapped today, and Couch Doodles gave it his thumb of approval. Big thumbs up. He's called me his favorite new MC. This is Dan Frager we're talking about. I'm losing my voice now. Here, I'm sharing this. You play this. Oh, Frager Boom sent me a super chat. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Dan. 499 super chat. Hit and that. I like them thick. Don't call them fat. Fresh rhymes. Bass level. Bass is based on another level. Crush rocks. So many pebbles. Smooth,
Thank
huh?
you. Like butter, Bancroft. I mean, how did you get so good? I mean, you put this guy to shame.
Who are the best 5 rappers in the world? Bancroft, Bancroft.
Right.
You ever see a Dave Chappelle fan? Okay, all right. Just let that one went right over the Rob Hawk.
Hang on, it's coming up. I found it. All right. So yeah, I enjoy this guy, right? So just please be nice to me.
Yo, I'm in it, shouts out to the Replicator. Yo, when you shine this bright, man, you got hecka haters. I wanna hear you say Replicator, it's a comic. Hey, yo, the kid gon' vomit. Y'all know I'm the sickest honest. Shouts to the homie, knew what? I be coming through with lyrics.
There you go.
Play a bit more.
Well, he just goes into different stuff. He has a really good rap about expansion and that kind of stuff. That rap was as smooth as a geriatric.
I think people like mine better than his.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Because he spits hot fire. Someone in chat knows who Harry Mack is, so shout out to
GK1 is a fan of Dave Chappelle. He's out there spitting hot fire. Don't get too close. You're too close, man.
I am not going.
Do you not know that skit?
No, Bancroft. I'm not.
Puff
50.
Daddy. So.
Did he compare your book to vomit? I think he did, Mo. Oh my god,
I've got it right here. It's not vomit. This is slightly vomit colored. What is that? Someone's backside.
Yeah. That was funny because when Aaron drew that originally, he's like, "Oh, do you want to have kids in there?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can kill some kids. That's fine." And then he put kids in there. I'm like, "Yeah, probably don't want to have diseased, rotting kids in a river." So,
well, hey, you said to me today because you read Lucent this morning.
George would be so proud of me.
And I don't think it's spoilers if we say what you said to me, because it's not really integral to the plot. It's just something that happens in it. And you said to me, I like the child murder bit. And I thought, of course you would, Rob. But I thanked you for that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Will we see Replicator understand what the Lucent is about? You may just see the Replicator first. I'm in all seriousness, you may see Replicator before I truly reveal in a really out and open way what it's all about. But as I've said many times before, people did figure it out from this first book when it was on Webtoon.
Yeah, Ray, tell us what it's about. You've read it.
I I
mean,
don't
I've
know
read it.
if Ray was one of them, but people did really figure out what it's about, and I was quite shocked by it because it's not meant to be written like that. It's meant to be mysterious and even at times slightly confusing.
It's definitely a book you need to read more than once.
I'd say that, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, see, I expected this a bit. I've read the Lucent. I still no idea what it's about. That is something that I have. I mean, it's written like that, so, but it does all have a meaning. It does make sense. It's just, I don't know. Some people manage to like decipher the Da Vinci Code and figure it out.
So, some person. So, Robin Bancroft, what's it like being so great? I don't know.
It's awesome, man. It's just, speaking for myself here.
Hey, man, I don't read comics to think. What kind of scam is this? I agree with you, man. Don't try and make me feel things in comics. I'll feel things that I want to feel. Don't try and force things on me. I bet I'll figure it out when Ozpost decides on a good week to send it over. Oh, mate.
Yeah, I checked Jason's the other day. It has been sitting at the airport, I think, for like a week, maybe a week and a half. I mean, it's been stuck. There's something going on with New Zealand. But then there were a few of them going to the States that were just not moving. But I think a few of them have started now.
Can you bring up the page where you murder the kids?
You want to show the kid murdering? People might want to see it for themselves.
I guess they might want to see the murder of the kids. I think my copy's in the bedroom.
I mean, I can.
Chat, let us know. Do you want to see the kid murders? I agree, Rob. There is a difference between being moving and being emotionally manipulative.
George says no spoilers. So there,
George
we already said enough.
George was upset with me of the unboxing I did, even though I said it was an unboxing video.
But you should have put spoilers on it.
But like, it's an unboxing video. You get to see what's in the box. What else could I do? Shelby's in the house. Oh man, can't wait for my Goliath book, Shelby. It's gonna look so sweet. Absolutely hanging. Adam says, "Hell yeah, I want to see some kid murders." Not the first time I've said that today. Oh, that's good. I do, but give George a heads up because he wants 0 spoilers. We'll leave it out. We'll leave it out.
Maybe we could just say, "Close your eyes, George," for the next 5 seconds, and then I'll show it. I mean, you don't have to. No, he says that.
Dealer's choice.
Yes, he has a point there. He says unboxing doesn't mean you ruin surprises, though. But we did show off some surprises that people didn't know they were getting.
But like, it's an unboxing.
We failed George that day.
It's like you open the box. It's an unboxing. You open it and you take out the things that are in the box.
I was just so excited that, it had landed somewhere. So I just was like, yeah, let's do it. I didn't think about the consequences.
I don't like seeing George upset unless he's been unreasonable about my responsibility as a moderator. Oh, mate, don't even start us on lockdown. Jeez. I heard the lockdowns are pretty severe in Australia. Anyone caught looking outside their windows gets the boot.
We had a policeman on a bicycle riding around our court this afternoon, taking a look, making sure everyone was inside the houses. No one was outside gardening without a mask on or something. I don't even know if you're allowed to garden.
You know what shits me, Bancroft?
The rules are on that.
You know what really shits me, right? You got a cop riding around people's houses trying to see if they're wearing masks. But then you go to Safeway or Woolworths, which is like a grocery store here, and there are people shopping without masks. Like, lots of people. Send some cops
and
there.
Meth heads sitting around smoking and drinking, doing their thing.
Oh, Is it really as bad as you guys make it out to be in Australia? It's not great, man. It's when it all first happened, it was like, oh yeah, no, it's cool. We get to work at home. But this is lockdown number 6 or 7. And they've locked down the parks again now. So I can't take my daughter to the park. We've played Mario 3D World about 30 effing times. I've killed Bowser like 30 different times. It's getting crazy.
No, Woolworths, not Woolworth, the American department store. Woolworths is a completely different. It's an Australian supermarket, grocery chain. We have the two big ones, Coles and Woolworths. They're not related to the American department stores. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It is pretty bad. It's just demoralizing. And the fact is, one of the really bad things about it, even though day to day, I mean, doesn't really change my life day to day because I don't go out anyway. But it's bad for the kids. They can't go and do their sport. And we've got a nice big backyard here, and I can hang out with my family. But the really big demoralizing part of it is we don't know when or if it's going to end. They've already said once we get up to 80% plus vaccination rate, they're not going to change. They're not going to take away the restrictions. So it's like, well, what's the kind of point of any of it? So we just don't know when it's going to end. That's the thing. It feels like it's just going to go on forever.
Beanpad says, put the controls down and pick up a comic. I can't read my kid the Lucent with all the kid murders in there. I'm sorry, Beanpad.
Just page after page of kid murders.
Yeah. The thing that gets me the most is like the grandparents can't come and see their grandkid and give me 5 minutes apiece. That's the worst part.
Can't see your mates, can't see your family,
friends,
and that's if you're just having a normal life. There's been some horrific stories about people who are sick, people who have just had babies, people whose children have just died and they can't attend funeral. I mean, it is horrific how authoritarian some of these decisions have been. But it's. I mean, I haven't seen cops apart from today with the guy riding around his bike. I haven't seen cops patrolling the streets yet, but I've seen videos of it. And
Here's a question for chat. Do you like it when we have campaigns on the screen to look at while we're talking, or do you just want to look at our beautiful faces? Let us know.
Did you say beautiful?
Beautiful. This is Rage Taldi's War. He's done really well, man. He's gone up heaps. I remember not too long ago he was on less than 300 backers, up to 341.
I was told when my campaign, it became clear that my campaign was going to do well. I was told that you might be the last non-pro to ever get this big.
Get what?
They get 500 backers, or make over $10,000 or something like that. Like that it would, all the pros would come in and they would shut everyone else out. I don't necessarily, even though I know Shelby is a pro, like he came in, and I don't necessarily think his name or his work from before, helped him any. I think it was his books, and then he got his books out on time, and then he got really big, high praise for 94, specifically from Leroy and George.
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't know if it was George, but he got his book out on time, and then he jumped straight into a next campaign. And then just the art just started, people started realizing more and more. I know Rick Saylor has been banging the drum for a long time, so I feel like he's really built it up. And another guy is Justin Murphy.
That campaign blows my mind, dude. Like it is,
it's just a guy who's
keeps
like
on going and going and going.
Yeah, so I really do think that when that was said, and at the time when it was said to me, I was like, I don't think so, man. That doesn't make any sense. But I'm glad that it was incorrect, and that people who are putting out stuff like this that we're seeing can eventually find their audiences. And well, you are. Shelby says everyone thinks I'm new. Well, you are kind of new to this, and to the to this scene of YouTube, like selling through YouTube. And I thought Shane was really I don't know if you saw his video, Rob, where he said, we're not selling through Indiegogo. Indiegogo is just where people end up to buy it. We sell through YouTube. Like YouTube is the platform that we use. And that's what, when I say, especially like Comicsgate, that's what I mean. So if you come here, even if you've got a bit of a name and you've got 20 years behind you in the industry, a lot of people come to YouTube, no more popular or well-known than anyone else.
Dude, there's a creator right now who has a book, and we're both beating him. And he's like a seasoned vet with huge variant artists on the covers. And we're both in front of him. It's crazy to me. But it is what it is.
It's funny. It's a funny situation. And I don't... I wonder where it'll go. If it gets really, you and I continue on, and Shelby continues on, and lots of other people do. Like Justin Murphy, like Eddie Winkler, or there's a bunch of people. The Diaz boys, I mean, the trajectory seems pretty clear. So
look at that booty.
It's shiny. So it will be interesting if it does continue the way it looks like it's going. I wonder, you get to a point where people just can't really continue to ignore it in the way that they have. Like here in Australia, I don't know because I'm not tapped into anything, but Comicsgate was completely ignored in terms of like when anyone ever mentions Australian comics, it's not even on the radar. I don't know, but I don't think you and I ever mentioned, all the Bartons or whatever, whoever. So,
oof, look at this. I haven't seen this page. Lucent 2 will get 2K back. That's going to be really interesting, man, to see how you go next time round.
It's been, I'm not going to say that 2,000 backers is pretty massive, but it's been encouraging. I've always said I'm painted a pretty big target for myself. So as long as the book isn't complete garbage,
it's not complete garbage.
Not complete. I'm hoping I'll be able to get some more backers on the next one. Look what he said about Replicator 4.
Dude, there's a very good chance that might happen.
I think from what I've seen of this Goliath supplement, it's going to go pretty crazy.
Yeah, we're kicking the pages up too. It ends on a full like single splash page, but I think we're going to end it on a double splash page because it'll work really well. It's going to be sick.
What are you going to do about a colorist?
There's lots of good colorists out there. There's a few I've got in mind, but I'm not going to make that. I don't think I'm going to make that decision until all the pencils and inks are done, and then tackle that problem. What do you think?
I think you should probably try and find someone as quickly as possible.
Yeah,
knowing how these things tend to work for you.
I don't want to start on it and then have the person like not be able to finish it all. So it's something I need to think about. It's we're making good progress on Replicator 4, but it's not there yet. So I'll think about it a bit later. Just with Shelby too, right? Like there are lots of, I don't know if this is a true statement, Bancroft, but there are the artists that do stream on YouTube tend not to be assholes.
The artists that do stream on YouTube tend not to be assholes.
Yes.
The implication being that the artists that don't stream are assholes.
Potentially. Some I know that the people that stream on YouTube are good. Are good people.
Salt of the earth, is that what you're saying?
They're all right.
Good horse.
If these two Muppets can build a loyal crowd, anyone can. No, Rob.
Yeah, I don't know what. I don't know.
No, Jazza personally.
Jazza. That sounds familiar. Who's Jazza?
Dude's massive, man, on YouTube. He's like ginormous.
Is he the guy with the beard?
No.
Yeah, then no.
My wife disagrees. You better find someone now, Rob. I don't want to see another delay like Replicator 3. Yes, George. I'm sorry. Sorry, George. Not complete garbage.
Yeah, I don't know where you're coming from with that. I mean, I don't know what you're trying to say. You always speak in riddles.
I do. I don't try to. It's just how things come out of my mouth. Like you know, like you'll hear about artists and like this artist is a dickhead, but when you see these people on streams, they seem like they're okay people.
All right. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think it's best for any creator who's trying to build an audience to be on YouTube so people can see who you are actually, like your real personality. Don't leave it up to Twitter. But I don't know. I mean, I don't have much experience with artists outside of YouTube, so I can't answer to that.
Shelby is a great artist, a great human being, an entertaining streamer, and a man you can respect. He and Rob will make a great team because he has all the missing pieces Rob needs.
That's very well said. That's like an excellent backhanded compliment. I thoroughly endorse that message.
Mortal V, if you have a Switch, do you have an online sub access to the NES and SNES games? I know you can get those as ROMs for PC, but it's easier for you and your kid. We've got the Wii U, so we've got the model before the Switch. So no,
we use the ROMs. And the emulator with a we've got a NES controller, USB controller, works perfectly. And the good thing about it is you can just save it whenever you want and then come back to it.
I feel like Shelby's streaming from 1994. We'll have to talk about that offline, Bancroft, because I'm keen to get one actually. I'm feeling the need to play like all the old crappy games like Dungeons and like Double Dragon.
That's it. We played all the Turtles arcade games until we couldn't go any further because they're almost impossible. But I mean I just don't have time. Speaking of retro gamers, Planet Tobor TV is in the chat here. He's making a platformer and very talented creator there.
Awesome. I will stand by this comment. Super Mario Brothers 3D World is the best Mario game that's been created. It is fantastic.
I don't know if I know that one.
It's so good. I reinstalled Baldur's Gate the other day. I finished Baldur's Gate 2 a couple of months back. Fantastic game again. Joust, Gauntlet.
Oh, yeah, I know that one. No, I don't know that one. But I know of it.
Are there any Mario fans in chat? Like, is there a better Mario than that? I don't think there is. We were looking at this and then I got distracted. Mario 3 was very good. But,
Yeah, Mario 3 is a classic.
This is fantastic, this game.
I like original Mario Kart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mario
Rob,
64, that was a good one.
Can you unwrench Mo Biggs for a minute? I'd have to go into YouTube, George. It's not open at the moment. Are there any other campaigns we should look at in the last 10 minutes that we've got here?
Replicator 3.
Oh, yeah, we can do that. I had that open before, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Oh, I've lost Bancroft.
Have you?
Yeah, well, I can't see you now. I don't know where you've gone. There you are.
What do you mean?
I closed the
right.
tab. Wait, did Shelby get ghosted? He better not have.
Did someone time Shelby out?
We don't time Shelby out.
Yeah, the timing out of people is getting a bit out of hand, I have to say.
It's getting a bit annoying. Did Rob just get ghosted? George timed Shelby
George
out.
timed Shelby out. Oh my god.
George.
It's a war zone in the chats these days.
Craziness. Does anyone have a link for it? Only 8 days left on Ned Lord of the Pit issue 2. I like the first one.
Probably shouldn't just sit there silently reading out comments, Rob. Not fantastic, YouTube.
A topic was brought up that we do not discuss, which is X-Men, which I guess George wants to talk about if he's timing people out of it. Over it.
I have no interest in discussing X-Men though. Zumo Thori says, mind your own business regarding the time. I'm usually a victim of it. Like, I'm not right now. But
Model V, let me check for the link. This is the latest page you've done. Well, one of them anyway.
Yeah. Well, I know I've done a lot more since then. I just haven't shown it to you because I've been not wanting to get bored. This is a lot of pages set in this battlefield
sequence. Yeah.
So I always want to get up in the morning and I want to work on some coloring. I want to feel excited. And there's two ways to do that. Is either like move on to the next page and do something different, or when you think, oh, I only have so much left on that other page to finish, and it's just whatever my mood is at the time. So this morning I was working on the page with the giant robot.
Yeah, show us.
I'm not right. Don't know how far I got with it, but we can have a look.
Ned, Lord of the Pit. Let's see if I can bring it up.
All right. Here it is.
Oh, you didn't get very far at all.
Hang on. You didn't see what it was when I first got into it. Well, you know, all of this guy's face has the shadow rendering on it. I started on the highlights on here, added glow to these screens, I guess they are. Started the highlighting of the flame.
These are cool.
Yeah, started on the highlights here. Some of them, I need to get rid of them because they should be colored differently. But yeah, now I got to figure out how to light this giant robot.
It's gonna look
because
sick.
he has to look nice and cool and shiny.
Mm-hmm.
and menacing. Will these be glowing? Is he on?
Yeah,
His
let's
eyes?
put him on.
Turn him on. Get some
Yeah.
red in there. Because that
Yeah.
would look cool.
It would look cool.
Because you could even have just some red light. Like I feel like these guys, they have a lot of red glowing lights.
What's wrong with the face, George? You don't like
George
it?
asked to fix the face. This is what is this? The second or third iteration of this guy's face?
Yeah, it's gone through the ringer a few times. That's for sure.
Yeah. So I don't know. I didn't draw this. I have drawn a few things in this book,
You have,
but I didn't draw that face.
the crackhead silhouette of Pain, where he's got like that massive head.
Do we want to show that?
Yeah, that was funny, man. Have you still
I'll-
got it? Have
I'll
you
get
got the
that loaded
original?
up. Yeah, I'll get that loaded up.
I'll bring up this campaign Model V wants to look at for some reason. Ned, Lord of the Pit, a comedy with terrors 2. Oh, yeah. He's cooking a hot dog with a skull. That's a thin lab coat. I agree. Oz Great Stage. How dare you? I can't believe Rob stole Bancroft's chrome pen idea and he's thinking about using it on the wax seals.
Shameless. Absolutely shameless.
Whoa. There's a dude and a cat.
This art looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that Lobo?
Don't say Lobo.
But why?
That's cool
Why
too.
is there Lobo on the
You've
on the campaign
Lobo's
page?
been said 3 times now. You know what happens?
Phil will be here at a moment's notice. All right.
Is this Jim Calafiore? I think I nailed that pronunciation. Why do pets always look like their owners? No Zaid incoming now. Some good art here.
I'm going to turn off the colors so that we can just look at the
Ned,
line art.
Lord of the Pit, a comedy of terrors 2 by James Calafiore. Mortal V put the link in chat before, George, if you want to check it out. There is digital 1 and 2 somewhere, I'm sure. Please be 2 somewhere, or 1 and 2 somewhere. Deadpool, Black Panther, and the Bat books. There you go. Is he CG? I have no idea. You'd have to ask Mortal V. He's the person that recommended this one.
Yeah, the art looks really, really cool.
Lobo.
No, you can't say it too much. So that's the new one. That's the one I did, and I used reference from existing. That's Pain silhouetted in the background there. This is what the artist had originally. We shouldn't laugh.
No,
but yeah, I don't know what was going on there. And I said, I started this page and I'm like, Rob, yeah, I don't know if you want to go ahead with that. Like this, because this guy seems to me like he's a bit of a badass. You know, he's a bit crazy. He's a bit threatening. He's a bit vicious. Here he looks like an aging 60s rocker who's just coming off a bender in his tight jeans.
I like it looks like his head is as wide as 2 heads. Like it is ginormous.
I think it might be like he was trying to say this is the side of the hair. It's like we're catching a bit of hair. So his head is it's in here somewhere, but it's just such voluminous hair. and it hasn't been captured in the silhouette. But I something about silhouettes. You got to like be very explicit with what you're going for. So we changed that. That's just one of the many little things that we've adjusted.
You want to read this one from Mo?
Robert Bancroft complaining about someone having a big head. Not heard at all.
That's Jean Grey hair.
Yeah.
Can I still refund? No, you cannot still refund. I mean, you can, but don't do
This
that.
book is going to look beautiful.
Yeah, it's going to look sick.
It's going to look great. I think we've really landed on something here. This sort of blending of Corey and my colors, and you know, maybe some like George was not a huge fan of that guy's face, but you know, I think it all fits in with the style. And once the colors are all in there, I think it'll all be really seamless. I think it's really going to be a great looking book.
Yeah, the colors are really going to make it look fantastic. We have 30 people in chat. Thank you, everyone, for sticking around this show today. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. We're at 555 subs now, Bancroft. So the last show we did was the highest one of views we had, which was great. And we're heading upwards,
onwards and upwards.
I know you don't care. You just like to rock up here and hang out.
Why wouldn't I care? I care.
you say it every week. It's like you say it every week. I don't care. I don't have topics. You do.
Oh yeah, no, I don't bring topics. I mean, and today you thought I had a topic, but I'd forgotten about that topic 7 days ago.
Oh, mate, it was.
You'd have to go troll through your DMs to go find out.
Yeah, it was something like there's a slight difference. You remember what it is?
No, I don't remember what it is, but
okay.
I remember saying it's a subtle difference. It's a subtle distinction, but it's important. But I don't remember what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Jason Black says, I count 28, but enjoy your moment.
There was 30 when I looked up, Jason. It has dropped down. I will give you that now.
Yeah, because your tone inferred that we're ending it. So as soon as you do that, people will start tuning out. I've noticed that.
That was just the half time. We're going for another 2 hours.
No,
we're ending it right now.
Have dinner.
Yeah. Thank you all for hanging out with us and putting up with our nonsense for 2 hours.
Thank you for backing the Lucent and Replicator 3.
Yeah, that's good. Make sure you back 94 if you haven't backed 94. Let's bring that up again. 341 backers. 342 is a fantastic number, Bancroft. Just what do you think about that?
Love it. I'd love to see it double.
So do I.
And I think Shelby has the talent to get there.
Well, you know what we have to do to go out, don't we? We have to play our outro song.
In our shanty houses.
Mate, I love this song. Doesn't it make you just a little bit more happy about life?
Yeah.
Once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was a Billy of Tea. The winds blew up her bow, dipped down below, my Billy boys blow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore, and down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum.
Could we recreate this?
And we'll take our leave and go. Before the boat I'll hit the water, the whale's tail came up and caught her. Hand to the side, harping and fought her when she dived down low. Soon may the wellman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Was a ship that put to sea.